The way Islamic Republic of Iran performs its foreign policy is totally different from what we are used to see from modern governments. More than a cost-benefit equation and even national interest, Tehran counts on friendship and ideology. And this is what even their friends don't understand. Hello my friends, this is Shafiei, and as always, welcome to the new episode of Polit Affairs. Today we're gonna have a look at the recent scandal in Russian-Iranian relations, and therefore a brief historical look at the claim UAE have against Iranian islands. Tehran summoned Russia's ambassador over a Moscow-endorsed statement on 3 Iranian islands in the Persian Gulf disputed by the United Arab Emirates. The 3 islands of Abu Musa, Greater Tunb and Lesser Tunb are claimed by the UAE, but have been held by Iran at least since 1971, before the UAE's formation and gaining independence from the Britain. As you know, a country named UAE have been formed a bit more than 50 years ago, and these islands, even other regions which now are called countries over there, have been all parts of Iran at least since the Achaemenid Empire and Cyrus the Great, which goes back to more than 2,500 years ago. These islands were occupied 2 times, once by the Portuguese in the 16th century and once by the British colonialism in 1921. When the British left those islands on November 1971, Iran regained control over them, while Tehran was forced to abandon other historical lands in Persian Gulf, like Bahrain, just under the British pressure. And here is the joke. Now UAE, with a history less than the Iranian car my grandpa drives, is claiming to own these regions. Okay, fine. The modern world is hitting me hard. So as you see, wherever there is a dispute or war, you can find a British trace. Divide and rule, as they say. Now Russia have supported the UAE claim and asked Iran to negotiate with them. Who does it? Russia. As they say, if you are living in a glass house, don't throw stones. So Moscow now sees itself in a position to intervene in a dispute, which is by no means related to them, and yet against Iran, which is their only supporter. Tehran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs rejected the statement and announced these islands belong to Iran forever, and issuing such statements is in contradiction with the friendly relations between Iran and its neighbors. This is the mistake China also made a few months ago and was forced to apologize to Iran by sending Prime Minister. But why they behave like that? Why should they intervene in an internal issue of a friendly country? I personally think it has 2 reasons. Firstly, the grave mistake Islamic Republic have committed in their foreign policy, disconnecting all interests of the Western countries and giving all attention to the East, is what brings exactly contrawise results. When you put all your eggs in the Russian and Chinese baskets, they feel free to behave as they want because they don't see any possibility for you to decrease your cooperation. Secondly, they have seen before that Tehran can be challenged by friends and still remain a friend. This is also another mistake Iranian government has had. They have helped their friends numerous times with everything just because they seem to be friends. Tehran does not count dollars to come to the rescue when you enter their friend zone, but their so-called friends count each cent. China and Russia now spend Iranian credibility to get closer to the Arab money, and they both have been surprised when they saw reaction by Tehran to this specific policy. Many officials in Tehran have been very harshly criticizing Moscow during recent days for this act, even threatening to end support for the Ukrainian war. There is one simple reason for Iranians, whatever government they have. Territorial integrity is the last red line to cross. Now what do you think? Should Tehran ask China to negotiate with Taiwan and recognize their independence? Should Tehran sign a declaration with Ukraine to ask Russia to have negotiations for returning all occupied regions, including Crimea? This is while These disputed islands have been a part of Iran for thousands of years and just occupied by the British war machine for a small period. Today I heard that the Iranian embassy in Brussels have sent a note to the NATO, reaffirming Iranian support for the territorial integrity of Ukraine and denying gossips about any support for Russia. This is how it is, tit for tat. So guys, I'll be grateful to know your idea about all this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.